If you're ready to choose more than just a car and experience more than just a ride, come choose from our huge selection of new Mazdas and save with low 0.9% financing. It's time to move and be moved in your new Mazda from Team Mazda on Airline.
I didn't know. I thought.
You didn't know what?
I am really
Do tell.
in the minority.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey,
7:03 on this Tuesday.
We were just talking about, well, a lot of things. The fact that Tico knows how to play the organ.
Yes.
Just because she has the
can read
ability
sheet
to
music.
read music. And so the conversation began with, does anybody know how to do that? And then it's kind of like riding a bike or kind of like typing, you never forget. And then we got onto the topic of typing, and everybody up here took typing classes.
Yes.
Typewriter. We all took them on typewriter. I can't believe you took it on a typewriter.
Well, my dad is 85, yes, and so he worked at Motorola, and so whenever it was old, he loved to bring home to play with and tinker with.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
Like
one of the
old
first
school.
prototypes of the beepers and
Oh,
the
you have
old
them?
block phones and the typewriter. That was actually really cool to learn on because you could hit it and hear it.
Well, apparently the lessons took.
Yeah. Well,
And you know how to type really fast.
Yeah, well, they called it keyboarding. And we used a word processor. We were fancy.
That
real
was
fancy.
cool.
The word processor allows you to go back and delete it.
Yeah.
If you delete it, it would go. It took
Exactly.
several
Yeah.
deleting a word. You may as well type
Yeah.
Morse code over there. But what I was telling you guys, and this is a true story, I was absent one
So
day of
stupid.
school, one day, and it was the day that we taught how to type the numbers. So to this day, 30, 40 years later, I'm a fast typer, but if I have to type a number, I have to stop and look at the keyboard and do that because I missed one day. of
what a
school.
great lesson for kids.
so crazy.
Never miss a
Never
day.
miss a day of school.
It might be the pivotal day you miss something.
Everybody up here knows. I asked a question. I thought for sure I'm going to have some company up here. No, Tika knows how to type really well.
Yeah.
Liz knows how to type really well. Jared knows how. I don't know how to. The whole QWERTY thing.
What's the
put
gauge on this, though?
On the home keys.
Yeah.
Put your fingers on the home keys and you sit there and you just kind of ting,
Yeah.
ting, ting, ting. I suck. And I sucked then, and I'm terrible now. I'm a hunt and peck kind of a guy. And for those who have actually had to read my scripts, you know very well that I missed a lot of the hunting and pecking. I didn't know. Look at you guys.
No.
You're awesome.
I don't.
That's
We'd
a
have to
skill
take a
I
typing
wish.
test. That would be the true.
Yes, it
you
would
know,
be.
that would be the true determination
Such
of
a great
how good we
skill,
are.
though. I just didn't pay. I'm a
Listen.
horrible student.
No,
No,
you type fast.
hey, there are no such things as bad students.
Correct.
Only
as
bad
long as
teachers.
you're learning. I believe that. Oh, yeah.
But you know what, Liz? I'm glad that you brought that up about the typing.
Yeah.
You know, it's,
Yes, he did.
if you miss one day of school, you never know what you're gonna. With me, it's just bad timing. Like I would have missed the day of school where they taught the Pledge of Allegiance. Now everyone's like, I need the words.
Wait. I don't know. Yeah.
Did you not get the word? We had my elementary school in Cypress, Texas, Millsap Elementary, shout out.
Okay.
Most thanks. A student would do the Pledge of Allegiance every single morning.
Oh.
And I got to do it one time. And you
on.
get up there and just you get upstairs. You could see the whole school. It was built. It was a huge U.
cool.
And right in the middle was a library, and there was like kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fifth grade, all the way around the corner. And you're up top with next all these teachers, and you get up there and you forget all the words. Obviously, it's not very long.
You got stage fright.
But exactly. I got the fright. I got the stage fright. But they've got the words printed out right there for you.
Really?
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
So you could just sit there and be like, yeah, I got it. So, words.
But look at him now.
I was
The
about to say
future that
that,
panned
Liz,
out. That
yes.
one instance turned everything, and look at him now.
Yeah, and he's
do
never
it.
looked back.
No.
So yeah, Tico can read music, and Matt and I, we can read.
We can read.
Yeah.
We can read. Oh.
I love that. Such
so
skills.
great.
We're a talented
That's
bunch,
so
aren't we?
stupid.
Hey,
Yeah.
It's fundamental.
Reading is.
Yes.
Reading is definitely fundamental.
For us, it especially is. Well.
Okay, what do you want to do? Talk a little bit about the forecast, because we've got, what was it, rain yesterday?
What
It
are we
was just-
looking at?
it looks like, oh, that's the levee. Those are the flags. That's
No.
that's Port Allen.
Oh.
Yes.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
And the
so
river.
you're looking at the river. You can't see across it though because the visibility right now is a half mile. So anything that's at or above a half mile, you're not going to be able to see it in view. So you can see the flagpoles. You can't really see though what's on the other side of the river. But I assure you, the downtown area is intact and looking fine. 43 degrees out your door. On our way to highs of 73. So we're going to put on about 30 degrees. Not too shabby. A good day day to dress in layers. Yesterday, we got up to 66, a little bit closer to where we should be this time of year. And we're going to be warmer than normal all up and down this 10-day forecast. Morning dense fog today and again tomorrow. Then we'll get more sunshine in the afternoon. Thursday will be the next system, but it's barely going to wet the ground. 20%, no big deal. Here's the good news of the forecast. In the extended Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all 3 days are looking good. We're going to try to make amends for the horrible weather weekend we just came from. Dense fog advisory area-wide that's in effect until 10 a.m. for a really good reason. There's the visibility down to a quarter of a mile. Baton Rouge, New Roads, Macomb down to a quarter mile. Gonzales, Patterson, and Lafayette to Lake Charles down to 0. So you really want to exercise caution. Low beams, not the brights. Nothing really doing on the satellite radar. So once we get to mid-morning, once the fog burns off, we're going to get a lot more sunshine out there, and that's going to pump up those numbers. Forecast highs for today will be in the low to mid-70s, and we'll have 70s all up and down that forecast. As for the next chance of rain, it's a couple of days away, so you're good to go to wash the car. Here's the next chance of rain. As I mentioned, Thursday, it's barely anything, 20% at about best, and then let's fast forward all the way past the weekend, because the weekend looks good. Freeze it up right here. This is next Monday, and that'll be the next significant weather maker, so that's still about 7 days away. The majority of this week is in really good shape. For today, once we get rid of the fog and the clouds, it will become partly cloudy in the afternoon with a high temperature of 73 degrees. Tonight, very similar. We'll get another round of fog after midnight, and again, low temperatures will be in the 40s. Then let's talk about the parades. We got to make up for last weekend, right? 7 p.m. Friday, the crew of South Downs. It's going to go from the 60s to the 50s. No chance of rain. And here we go. Here's the payback right here. Spanish Town on Saturday, rolls at noon Saturday. The weather is going to be fantastic. Get out there and enjoy. And that's what we're looking at. Friday, Saturday, Sunday are beautiful. Really, most of the week is in really good shape. And then we'll bring in a couple small rain chances later in the 10-day. It is now 7:09. Tico Fox, how are the roads?
Well, fog is starting to lift a little around Livingston Parish. Here's a live look at that traffic on 12 westbound moving out of the Denham Springs area. This is pretty normal for this time of the morning. Traffic slowing right before range. You can see here not a lot of brake tapping, but a lot of slow moving traffic nonetheless. A little further ahead, that traffic is pretty much stop and go on out past Millerville towards the 10-12 split. Right now you're looking at 25 minutes from Juban to the 10-12, and the Plaquemine and Sunshine ferries are temporarily out of service due to fog. We'll be right back.
$7:10 your time right now, and as you get going on to Tuesday, a few of the things we're following for you, including something that happened, oh gosh, about 4 hours ago, right around 3 o'clock, getting word from EMS, Liz, that there was a crash involving a police officer.
And 3 people are hurt in this incident. We sent this story to your phone about 30 minutes ago. We're told this incident just happened right before 3 o'clock this morning. It happened near the intersection of Plank Road and Harding Boulevard. Aside from that, we're still working to get some new details on this situation, but again, 3 people are hurt in an officer-involved crash at this time. We'll get you those details when we get them.
Speaking of the details, my goodness, there's so much going on right now. This, what you're seeing right here, is another get-together tonight. A couple, actually, conversations today. One last night, all about library funding in East Baton Rouge Parish, what the mayor-president would like to do with it, what the library would like to do with it, and making sure the people know what's going on.
So you've got a number of council members who are coming together to host a series of meetings, as Matt mentioned. That first set held last night in Scotlandville at the Jules J. Newman Community Center. It was a big turnout there. And tonight there's another meeting at Acacia Church. You can see this is for the next meeting. The Downtown Development District also trying to update you on that master plan for 2024. That meeting's actually happening happening at 6:30 tonight at the DDD headquarters.
Yeah,
that's on Florida.
Yeah, that's the master plan, so to speak, updating it when it comes to something specific like bicycling. You know, it's never really been very pedestrian-friendly in spots and bicycle-friendly in spots. They're trying to create some of this, and so that's what you have, a master plan when it comes to DDD and figuring out how best to make this. You can come on back to us. Figuring out how best to make any of that stuff work.
Today, we're also expecting an update from Entergy. We're told that they're going to get together with state leaders to make some kind of announcement. That's set to happen at the steps of the state capitol at 9 o'clock this morning.
Congratulations on 100 years. All right, so again, the forecast is going to be the headline for us as we think about the data. The day to come. It ain't wet. It's going to be the fog out there in the area that's kind of creating a bit of an issue depending on where you're driving around.
So we've still got a couple more hours to go. We're going to track that fog with you here, but I tell you what, a deep contrast from Monday and Sunday, where we saw a lot of that soggy weather then linger into Monday. Today it is that deep set fog that we're worried about. In fact, Tico Fox is looking at the traffic cameras. We still have a round of traffic and weather updates for you, but that forecast, Jared, as we get closer to more of the parades this weekend, we're actually shaping up to be quite nice.
Yeah, finally, because we've got to make up for last weekend. Of course, what was it, Mid-City Gras, they had to move it. Did they announce the new date of that yet, or is that
They're
not?
still working it out. I think they're trying to find the best time, and some of these things are going to be going beyond, obviously, the day of Mardi Gras Day. Just finding a way to celebrate.
Okay, so I guess they don't have time to work it in this weekend because it would.
I think they're still working that out, trying to figure out a good window of time because they got to get permits and police.
And there's major parades already for a lot of folks. Yeah, to your point, you were talking about South Downs and Spanish Town already. So.
Yeah. Is there anything on Sunday? Maybe they can get in right there.
Perhaps that might be a window. They can get all the ducks in the row and
then
people in a
Mardi
row.
Gras hit. It's active. It's busy. And then you get down into New Orleans. They had to postpone some stuff as well to the point where they got a parade every night.
That sounds kind of cool, though.
It is.
Hey, you want to go to the parade now? We'll go tomorrow.
We'll go tomorrow. You got options.
But I love that. That's the Louisiana way. We're going to make up for it. We sure will throw a good party.
Absolutely.
Beyond Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
So there's a spot online, WAFB.com, and of course the 9 News app, a running list of the Mardi Gras parades from here to the general area and updated constantly. So if you're looking for that information, to your point, when Mid-City Gras may be going, once we know, you'll know. We'll put it right there.
And this is what I've always loved about Louisiana. When you live in other places of the country, after the holidays end in January, you get this January kind of depression. But that doesn't happen in Louisiana because then it's the next celebration. To the next celebration.
Need something to look forward to.
It's all of Tico's trees.
That's what it is.
Look at you spreading the joy.
There you go.
The tree that keeps.
Anchored by the performance and reliability of the Civic and Accord, Honda has once again been named the best car brand for the 4th year running by U.S. News and World Report. Come see the lineup of award-winning Hondas at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Seagan Lane.